Hey, y'all. Welcome to the show again. Welcome to the Cold Cheese and Hot Buzz podcast. This is your boy, Prince Cowboy, once again, here to deliver you the reactions of the Cowboys and Redskins game. Unfortunately, it was a stinker. The Cowboys came in nonchalant, slop-jawed, slumped back. We got into the playoffs, and this game is not important. And that's exactly how they played. The way they ran out the tunnel was nonchalant. They didn't run out the tunnel like they really wanted this game. And I'm not making no excuses. It just really was. From the start, we can start from the botched punt return. Now keep in mind, Dallas Cowboys got a top 5 special team unit. We have never had any episodes this year where we fumbled the ball while we was dealing with a punt return or any kick returns. We definitely have a top-notch special team unit. When my man Cavante Turbin dropped that ball on the way of catching it, I knew something is up, because one thing for sure, and one thing for sure, our special team is gonna be consistent just about every game of the season, and we was not consistent. Then when it came down to actually finally getting a chance to make a run, the plays that was playing, they was throwing a bunch of snowballs down the field. They never gave the running game a chance. They were just out there trying something new for the playoffs. That's what it looked like. When Dak Prescott threw that first interception, he looked like, hey man, it's just another day in the park. He wasn't disappointed. He didn't have that face. When Dak Prescott throws the interception, he always, type his chest like, my bad. We about to do better. I can read his lips on the sideline. He looked like it was another day in park. He did not give a dang. The defense took the game serious. They showed up, and they gave us a chance to get back in the game. But it's only so long that you can do before they get tired. CeeDee Lamb was about the only person on offense that really gave a dang, and Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy was very heated, as he deserving to be on the sidelines coaching this game. But with all that said, at the end of the day, they wasn't gaining anything and they wasn't losing anything. So I don't have no problem with this loss. If you're gonna mess up, let this game be the game that you have all your bloopers and all your unseasoned mashed potatoes show up on the dinner table. But you don't want that in the playoffs. But I'm gonna get into some numbers to kind of explain, or for y'all to get the idea on how bad this game was for the Cowboys. First, I'm gonna start with the Cowboys, then I'm gonna go to the Commanders, and then I'm gonna give you the breaking news on who we got on our team to kind of help us in the playoffs. But I'm gonna start with these numbers. Be quick about it. I promise I won't be boring. I'm not gonna make this video too long because I'm trying to sit down and give me another nap before work. But I had to talk about it. I know people was anxious to hear my response, because I am a Cowboy fan, and y'all looking for me to be downtrodden and sad about it. But I'm not sad. I'm still happy, man. I don't feel no stress at all about this. But let me get into the numbers. Dak Prescott, 14 for 37, 128 yards throwing and all, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not the business. Rushing yards. Tony Pollard rushed for 7. Rush has 7 carries for 19 yards. Averaged about 2.7 yards a carry. Not the business. Malik Davis had 5 carries for 19 yards. Averaged about 3.8 yards per carry. Not the business. Dak Prescott had 6 carries for 16 yards. Rushed about 2.7 on average per carry. Not the business. 0 touchdowns. All these guys got 0 touchdowns, by the way. Ezekiel Elliott, 8 carries for 10 yards, rushed about 1.2 yards a carry. Not the business. And then you had Brad Anger when he had that botch punt return. The snap went bad. He had no choice but to rush. He ain't even supposed to be on this list, so I put that on this to let you know how bad we played the game. 1 carry, rush for 0 yards for 0.0 yards per carry, which he ain't supposed to be rushing, so it still ain't the business, but his job is not to run the ball. His job is to kick the ball to the other team. But when I seen how horrible my special teams played, that was an indicator that this game was not going to be a win for us. Now, let's get on the brighter side of things for the Commanders. And it's only bright for this game only because this game was not even a game that they weren't going to earn anything. Whether they win or lose, they're not going to the playoffs. So that's the reason why I'm not tripping about this game, because this wasn't a gain or lose for us, except for on the record. And it wasn't a gain or lose for the Commanders. This was just house money right here. This was just a game that you had to play because it was on the schedule. Sam Howell, 11 for 19 passes, 11 completed, 19 passes thrown in all for 169 yards. That was the business for them. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jay Patterson, 17 carries for 78 yards, averaging 4.6 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. That's the business. Sam Howell, he got into the party with the rushing. 5 carries for 3.5 yards, 35 yards, averaging 7 yards a carry. Really the business. It's the way we supposed to have played. Our numbers supposed to look like theirs. We're the better team. Jay Williams, 14 carries for 32 yards, averaging about 2.3 yards a carry. 0 touchdowns. So I forgot Sam Howell. He had 1 touchdown. I forgot to put that at the end. I'm trying to get this name right. I think his name is R. Bonner. I'm not a fan of the Commanders. Bonifon with 3 carries for 8 yards, averaging 2.7 yards a carry, averaging 0 touchdown. Not the business for him. And then you got A. Rogers for 1 carry, 2 yards, averaging about exactly 2 yards a carry for that 1 carry. And then you got Samuel for 1 carry, -4 yards, and of course averaging -4 yards. For the most part, Dallas Cowboys came in this game not taking this game serious. I really think they didn't give two bleeps about this game. I even seen Dak Prescott before they started that next to the last drive he had before they took him out the game. They were just bouncing and dancing and laughing inside the huddle. I didn't think they even called a play. They ad-libbed some of these plays in this game. Really, to tell you the truth, be honest, I think they was doing a lot of ad-libbing on who they need to play for the playoffs, and plays that they need to play and plays they don't need to play. It seemed like all of them was plays, strap plays or whatnot. I'm not saying that they didn't try to win. It kind of looked like they was trying, but for the most part, they were just trying something new. It was a scrimmage Cowboys playing against a really serious for-nothing Commanders team. But it's no excuses. When you play a game, you're supposed to at least have some tenacity to win or want to win the game. The Commanders came out there ambitious and enthusiastic to stick it to the Cowboys one last time. And you gotta understand, for the people that's not Cowboy fans or the people that don't watch the game, everybody gives us their best shot. And they know this. And that's the reason why I'm not really upset, but I'm a little disappointed. But on to next news. We got Xavier Rhodes coming from the Colts / the Vikings to come in for the cornerback position to kind of help us in the playoffs. We definitely need a cornerback number 2, and that's been the issue for about a month and a half now, ever since Anthony Brown went down. So hopefully he'll be a big candidate. He's a former Pro Bowler. He had the height of his career during 2017 to 2018. But even though he have lost a step and he's not exactly as fast as he used to be. He do have a lot of knowledge and wisdom about the game, and he have the type of knowledge, you know, when you're a veteran, you've been as good as he has, because I remember they used to call his name a lot back in them years. You know what to do to keep from that young person to get the best of you. So you know that if you're not as fast as you used to be in this situation, you know to do this to make sure that this young person won't get the best of you at the end of the day. I think Xavier Rhodes is going to bring a lot of knowledge and a lot of education to the cornerbacks that we already do have, and it's good. That's the reason why I was cool with T.Y. Hilton being signed. Even though he's a little long in the tooth, he still has some knowledge of the game to T.C. Lamb, my other young receiver, it'll come to me. His name will come to me in a few. He can even teach Blake Jarwin and Jay Ferguson and Henry Shot. Oh yeah, Michael Gallup, some knowledge. So anybody that can come into this locker room that has actually been in the playoffs, that has actually been in this intense situations and teach us and give us some nuggets and jewels, I'm with it. And he actually was top notch. And he still, you know, he still is pretty good at what he do. He's good enough to hold off some of the best still in the league. It's just, you know, he got to make his moves and move his hips a little quicker than the young guys so he can not get the best of them. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried. I'm not stressed. For the most part, every team that's in the NFC side of the playoffs, we owe a beating to. So we got a lot of teams that's in the playoffs. We got scores to settle. Even if the Packers would have made the playoffs, even though they didn't. But even if the Packers would have, I kind of wish they did. Because if we was to make it to the big game and win all of this this year, actually win the big game. I'm not going to mention the name of the big game, but you know what I'm talking about. For anybody that knows football, professional football, I don't want to hear no excuses where, you know, Aaron Rodgers wasn't in the playoffs. See, they probably wouldn't have made it if Aaron Rodgers in it, but that's cool. We got somebody better than Aaron Rodgers. We got Tom Brady. And guess what? We playing Tom Brady first. About around 7:20 kickoff to next Monday night. And I took off already to watch that game, and I'll probably give you a video right after that to let you know how happy or how unhappy I am about the game, depending on if they win or not, depending on if they come in there wanting to win. But I really believe that they're going to come in really wanting to win this game. Usually Dallas always have a stinker before they go on another winning streak. So I'm kind of happy that they did lose this game before playoffs so they can have some bad taste in their mouth to make them have a push or a move or something, you know, something in them to want to play this game as perfect and as flawless as possible and as meaningful as possible. Now, the things that I'm looking for in this playoff game, and I'm not trying to give a review, but since I'm on this subject, I'm looking for Kellen Moore to come up with meaningful plays that's going to get us meaningful yards. I want my players to play this game like it's their last game they're going to play ever in their entire lives. I want Mike McCarthy to have some fire in his coaching and keep that chain tugged on Kellen Moore. And I want my defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, to keep Michael Parsons in the center of the dang defensive core instead of having him on the edge rushing the passer. Y'all want him to continue to move him around. I'm not saying I don't want him on the edge at all, but keep him in the center. Seems like he rushed the quarterback better when he's in the center of the defensive front. But with all that said, I'm going to keep this video short and I'm going to end it right now. I'm not deterred. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. This is just a toss-up game. Whether the Cowboys won or lost this game, we would still would have been seed number 5 in the playoffs, and we still would have had to play Tom Brady due to the win between the Eagles and the Giants, and due to the San Francisco beating who they played yesterday, the Arizona Cardinals. Them two guys won their games, so it kept us right at number 5. So at the end of the day, I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I'm not sad. It is what it is. We lost against the Commanders, but hey, the Eagles lost against the Commanders too. So hey, the best team in the NFC East lost against them, and the second best team lost against them. But at least I lost. They was already eliminated, so it didn't matter anyway. You know what I mean? When the Eagles lost, it mattered. But I lost, it didn't matter anyway. It was just, okay, you got a freebie. Here you go. You got your victory. Pat on the head, now sit on the couch and watch us play the playoffs. But anyway, nice talking to y'all. This is Prince Cowboy. Cold cheese and hot bullets out.